Hi everyone, it's Todd Milewski from the State Journal here in Boston at Matthews Arena after the Badgers women's hockey team beats Clarkson 3-1 in the Boston regional semifinals on Thursday night, March 10th. It was tough to see which way this game was going to go in the first period because the Badgers were, I think, nervous, tentative. They let Clarkson dictate the way the game was going, and Clarkson played it in Wisconsin's end for a lot of the first period, and the Badgers needed Kennedy Blair to be good, and she was. It was a really all in all a pretty good outing for Blair. Positionally solid, did well to limit rebounds. The one goal that Clarkson got against her was in a scramble, and 2 minutes to go. She came out for a poke check on a play where it looked like a Clarkson player was going to be getting a step and maybe having a breakaway. She got the poke check, but didn't get it far enough away to clear it out from danger, and Nicole Gosling slapped it back in to make it 2-1. But the Badgers got it done from there, allowed one more shot on goal, got another block, which you'll be reading about in the story on madison.com and in Friday's State Journal. 25 blocks for the Badgers tonight, season high, and that's, sometimes it's a strange stat to look at because when you have to block 25 shots, it usually means the other team's getting some pretty good chances. But the Badgers were able to keep a lot of those chances to the outside, so they're blocking shots just by being in good position. They were out attempted tonight 70-41. So it was a game that Clarkson had some better chances, but the Badgers got timely goals. End of the first period, Maddie Wheeler scores on a really nice play. Guy dips the shoulder and goes around a defender, gets to the right post and tucks the puck in just a small space where Amanda Zeglin came off the post and gave her a little chance to squeeze the puck in there for a 1-0 Badgers lead. And then the power play gets going, which hasn't happened a lot, and the movement on that power play to set it up was really good. Nicole LaMantia finds a diagonal in the penalty kill to get the puck from the top left to the low on the right to Daryl Watts, who knows what to do with it from there. 2-0 Badgers on the power play. I believe only the second power play goal in the last 8 games for the Badgers, and so that was a key moment. And plus, it was a different power play unit altogether because the Badgers had Casey O'Brien and McKenna Webster from that top unit in the penalty box for offsetting penalties just before that, and so the Badgers 5 on the ice for that was Lamontier and Watts, and then Sarah Woznowitz, Delaney Drake, and Shayla Edwards. So some faces that don't normally see a lot of power play time got in on that one, and the Badgers got the goal to go up 2-0. Sorry, Gosling, I said, got that goal late in the third with 2:01 to go to cut it to 1, but Delaney Drake scores into an empty net, make it 3-1 the final. 30 saves for Kennedy Blair, 22 for Amanda Zeglin, the former Ohio State goalie, who was called into service also in Game 2 of Clarkson's ECAC quarterfinal series against Quinnipiac after their starter, Michelle Pasechnik, wasn't able to go. Same deal tonight. Clarkson listed Pasechnik on the line chart as the first goalie, which made it seem like she was going to play, but she didn't come out for warm-ups, wasn't dressed for the game. So that's the story there. Injury prevented her from dressing, and it sounded like that was what Clarkson was preparing for, and so maybe it's just a little bit of gamesmanship going on with the line chart. Been known to happen around hockey before. It's not a new thing to have some games go on with line charts. So the Badgers move on to Saturday's regional final against Northeastern here in Northeastern's home barn. That, of course, is a rematch of the 2021 NCAA championship game, won 2-1 in overtime by the Badgers on a Daryl Watts goal. Daryl Watson has played 4 games in this building, 3 of them with BC and 1 tonight with the Badgers. She scored a goal in all 4 of those games. And if she can continue that and she gets a goal Saturday for the Badgers, that's a step. They're going to need to play better tonight than they play better Saturday against Northeastern than they did tonight against Clarkson. Northeastern is a team that really makes you work for your chances, and the Badgers haven't been lighting things up scoring wise. So expect another tight game, and the Badgers are going to need Kennedy Blair to be big again. That's going to be a pretty good test for the Badgers, who are now 9-0 all time in Massachusetts. One of those little notes that doesn't really matter, but is an interesting thing. And they've also never lost on March 10th. So there you go. Tanner asks what the chances of making the NCAA championship game are. That's a pretty tough road. They're going to have to beat Northeastern, the 3 overall seed, and they're probably going to have to beat. It'll either be Minnesota or Minnesota Duluth in the national semis, and if they get past Northeastern. So that's you never want to rule them out. They're 2-time defending champions for a reason, but they're going to have to earn it this season with the way that things have set up, and having to play this extra game, regional semifinal game, which is new this season as the tournament expanded from 8 to 11 teams. This round got added, adds another game that they have to play that teams like Northeastern and Minnesota and Ohio State don't have to play. So, and Yale and Colgate. So that's going to wrap it up here from Boston for the night. We'll be back after Saturday's. That's a noon start, Madison time, 1 p.m. Eastern game against Northeastern in the regional final. So thanks for joining me. Make sure you check out the story on madison.com and in Friday State Journal. And we will talk to you on Saturday. Thanks, everyone.